June 19th, 1865. Why is this date so important? So many people think that the 4th of July is the one and only Independence Day celebrated in the United States. However, that would be incorrect. On June 19th, 1865, General Gordon Granger rode into Galveston, Texas, and announced to roughly 250,000 slaves that they were now free. Just in case you didn't know, on January 1st, 1863, roughly 2.5 years prior to General Granger's announcement, the Emancipation Proclamation was signed by President Abraham Lincoln. When the newly freed people tried to celebrate the first anniversary of the announcement a year later, they were faced with segregation laws that were rapidly expanding, which in turn presented them with a dilemma. They were not permitted to use any public places or parks. It was not until 1872 when the freed people purchased 10 acres of land, which they deemed Emancipation Park. Juneteenth celebrations declined during the era of Jim Crow laws. Towards the end of the Civil Rights Movement, Martin Luther King Jr. planned the Poor People's March to coincide with the date June 19th, 1968. The march brought Juneteenth back to the forefront. While Juneteenth has not been recognized as a federal holiday to date, since 1980, Texas remains the only state to recognize Juneteenth as an official holiday. As of June 2020, through state executive orders, Juneteenth will be celebrated as a holiday in 46 additional states. It's worth noting that state and federal executive orders are temporary. Of these 47 states, only 5 are recognizing Juneteenth as an official paid holiday for state employees. 157 years later, descendants of the freed people are still fighting for absolute equality of personal rights and rights of property. That's why June 19th, 1865 is so important. To learn more, I encourage you to visit the National Archives, your local library, or any other reputable source.